VICI Properties recently published its second quarter earnings report, and according to the report, the company's total revenues increased 76% year over year. Edward Pitoniak, Chief Executive Officer of VICI Properties, said the second quarter of 2022 marked another transformational quarter at VICI. In April, we received investment-grade ratings from S&P and Fitch, enabling us to complete the largest investment-grade bond offering in REIT history. At the end of April, we closed our strategic acquisition of MGM Growth Properties, making VICI one of the most compelling portfolios of Class A real estate among American REITs. In June, we were added to the S&P 500 index, becoming the fastest REIT to get from IPO to S&P 500 inclusion. Right now, VICI Properties is one of the best performing stocks in the entire stock market. Hey guys, welcome back to Glory Investing Show, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look at VICI stock and we'll discuss whether you should invest in this stock or not. Recent earnings report of VICI Properties. According to a report published by Business Wire, VICI Properties Incorporated is an experiential real estate investment trust that owns one of the largest portfolios of market-leading gaming, hospitality, and entertainment destinations, including Caesars Palace Las Vegas, MGM Grand, and the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, three of the most iconic entertainment facilities on the Las Vegas Strip. VICI Properties' national, geographically diverse portfolio consists of 43 gaming facilities comprising over 122 million square feet and features approximately 58,700 hotel rooms and more than 450 restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and sportsbooks. VICI Properties stock is up by an impressive 18% throughout recent months. As the majority would be aware, basics normally guide the market cost developments over the long haul. The reason for joining an organization is generally attached to its profit development. What investors need to decide next is if the normal income development or its absence is, as of now, comprised into the offered cost. This, then, at that point, assists them with deciding whether the stock is put for a brilliant or hopeless future. VICI Properties stock rose 1.5% on Wednesday night, exchanging after quarter two income flooded. Shifting focus over to the future development, the organization has entered an exchange with Cabot that addresses its most memorable interest in the Pilgrimage Gulf Insight area. During the groundbreaking quarter, VICI shut on its procurement of MGM Growth Properties, got venture trade evaluations from S&P and Fitch, and was added to the S&P 500, noted CEO Edward Pitoniak. You might also want to note that the accommodation and diversion-centered REIT reaffirmed its direction for 2022 and changed FFO per share to $1.89 to $1.92, which contrasts with the $1.85 agreement gauge. Q2 changed FFO per portion by $0.48 versus the $0.45 agreement, $0.44 in Q1, and $0.46 in Q2 of 2021. All-out income of $662.6 million, going by the $595.5 million agreement gauge, hopped from $416.6 million in Q1 and $376.4 million in the year prior quarter. Produced from rent funding receivables and advances were $261.7 million versus $72.9 million in the earlier quarter and $70 million in the year prior quarter. Quarter 2 working costs of $602.5 million flooded from $105.5 million in Q1 and contrasted and a credit of $7.71 million in Q2 of 2021. VICI Properties is, by all accounts, paying out the vast majority of its pay as profits decided by its 3-year middle payout proportion of 78%, meaning the organization holds just 22% of its pay. Besides, this is ordinary for REITs as they are frequently legally necessary to circulate the greater part of their profit. Besides this, the organization had the option to develop its profit altogether, as we saw previously. VICI is not entirely settled to continue to impart its benefits to investors, which we deduce from its long history of 4 years of delivering a profit. After concentrating on the most recent investigators' agreement information, we observed that the organization is supposed to continue to pay out around 77% of its benefits for the following 3 years. In any case, the future ROE for VICI Properties is anticipated to ascend to 14%, despite there being very little change expected in its payout ratio. Recent changes. The performance of VICI has been amazingly good this year. The company has undervalued, and it's now gone up to good value according to recent reviews. Plus, the last quarter has been transformational. Getting investments grade lower its cost of capital makes the company pretty more valuable, and getting into the S&P 500 is also a good thing to happen. The AFFO is the best part to talk about when it comes to the earning report of REIT. On the top, VICI's AFFO per share increased 3.7% year over year, which means their net income on a per share basis, their EPS increased by 3.7%. 3.7% is really good year over year. VICI collects 100% of their rents. They're not going to face any problem collecting rents throughout this recession and economic slowdown. As of now, they're collecting massive profits quarterly and growing themselves in stocks. Why invest in VICI Properties? The VICI Properties stock holds purchase signals from both short and long-haul moving midpoints, giving a positive figure for the stock. Likewise, there is a general purchase signal from the connection between the two signs, where the momentary normal is above the drawn-out normal. VICI was tested at the beginning of the pandemic and has returned more grounded than any time recently. The stock gives financial shareholders a strong profit that has expanded every year since the REIT was shaped. VICI gives an implicit expansion fence, as by far most of its leases are connected to the buyer's cost record. Acquiring MGP gives inhabitants expansion and development. Lease elevators and leases give insured unaffected development for many years. MGP exchanges at a little rebate to as changed over cost, giving a touch of additional return for the individuals who can hold LLCs. The profit yield just broke under 5%, yet the payout ratio is as low as 81%, and that implies that the profit to financial backers is protected. VICI Properties has one of those interesting mixes of development, security, and income that investors long for. This triple net rent REIT possesses gaming and recreation properties, essentially gaming clubs, and leases them out to administrators as a landowner. As of August 4, 2022, VICI Properties Incorporated had a $32.8 billion market capitalization, placing it in the 95th percentile of organizations in the REITs. Fruitful stock money management includes purchasing low and selling high. So, stock valuation is a significant thought for stock selection. Purchasing stocks that will go up normally implies purchasing stocks that are underestimated in the first place. According to the recent performances and reviews, plus the growth ratio of the company is also one of the reasons to invest in VICI Properties. Should you invest in the stock? If we come to take a decision, VICI Properties absolutely has a few positive points to consider. That is, a seriously noteworthy development in profit. Nonetheless, the low benefit maintenance implies that the organization's income development might have been higher had it been reinvesting a higher piece of its benefits. So, the most recent industry examiner gauges uncover that the organization's income development is supposed to slow down. VICI Property Inc.'s score of 100 means it scores higher than 100% of stocks in the business. VICI Properties Incorporated additionally got a general rating of 70, placing it above 70% of all stocks. The recent rise in the stocks and the return ratio to the investors they're providing are standing at a good value right now. Looking for the best stocks to put investment into can be troublesome. There is a huge number of choices, and it can be really confusing to find the right spot to start from, but you can see the analysis of the stocks ratio of a company to choose where to invest with. Not only to invest, but to get a good return on your investment. One of the quickest developing and maybe most encouraging real estate trusts, REITs, at this moment is VICI Properties Incorporated. VICI was tested at the beginning of the pandemic and has returned more grounded than any time recently. This also proves that even in the worst of times, VICI investors were not upset with their choice of investing in VICI properties. The return on the investment is much better if we compare it with VICI Properties competitors. After reading and analyzing all of the reports and reviews of VICI Properties Incorporated, it's clear to give it a shot and invest in VICI properties for a good return. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this video helpful, make sure you smash the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below, and while you're here, click to watch one of those 2 videos appearing on your screen right now. I'll see you there. Take care and stay tuned.